Yo, what's up everyone? Kyrios here, and today I'm going to go over some of the future characters that are coming, and then some of the combinations that you should probably think about doing if you're going to be pulling some of those characters like Kafka or Loucha or Blade or a few others, and some spoiler characters coming out. I don't have any leaks or anything like that. We're not going to show that in this channel, but we will talk about some of the characters coming forward as well. If you guys can hit that like and subscribe, I do appreciate you. Let's just go ahead and get started. All right guys, let's go ahead and get started. Now, we've already had two limited characters come out. We've had Seele. Yes, I know I'm saying her name wrong. That's the way they say it in the game. I'm trying to get better, bear with me. And then we have Yuan, and both of these characters are absolutely amazing. But you're probably thinking, what do you mean by pairing, especially when it comes to limited pairing compared to the characters we already have? So, for example, what I mean by characters we already have, we know that Yuan and Yuan go really well together. We know that Seele plus Yuan goes really well together, and so does Bronya. But those are characters you can get off the standard banner. Those are characters that are 4 stars, and there's a lot of other 4 stars coming that'll be good. But what you really should know is the 5-star limited pairing, so you can know how to adjust your resources on who you're trying to pull to make an optimized team. All right, quickly, I want to say that this is not going to be a deep dive video, but we're just going to cover roughly some of the pairings of characters that are coming out. We know characters like Silverwolf are coming out, Kafka's coming out, Loucha's coming out, Blade's coming out, maybe even Jing Liu is coming out. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I might be. And then there's other characters like Fu and other 4 stars that are coming and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and just talk through that. And the first character that's actually coming at the time of making this video is actually Silverwolf. Now, Silverwolf, you've been able to play as in the opening cutscenes. You can tell that she is probably going to be a pretty cracked character. And even just looking at some of her combat skills here, we can tell that we've already have some really good pairings. And especially when it comes down to her skill. Deals 70% of Silverwolf's attack. Doesn't matter how much damage she does. It's quantum damage. And then with a 75% base chance to impose a weakness of a random ally type on the target. This is especially good if you can stack elements. So what do I mean? What do we mean by this? So Silverwolf is going to be good across the board, but Silverwolf will not be good for you if you build a team like Himiko plus Welt plus 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 or something like that, where you have 3 different elements and you're trying to land that fire elemental synergy. You have to try and fish the one you want. So obviously a character that's going to go really well with her is Seele, right? To try and get that quantum damage, allow her to hit a lot harder on some of those skills, and just amplify that quantum damage. Now, one thing I do want to point out about quantum, and I'm probably showing it on screen right now, on one of their teaser trailers from way back in the day, there was a 4-star quote-unquote quantum healer that, I don't know her name. This is from some leaks and stuff like that, but it is in the trailer. Supposedly this character is a 4-star quantum character. So what are we trying to do here? With Silverwolf, we're actually trying to stack as many of a single element as possible. So Seele, Silverwolf, maybe the new quantum character. And then I obviously would not, probably stack in, Jing or anything like that, right? But you want to try and get as many as you can close as possible. Now, a great pairing with Silverwolf as well is actually Kafka, because Silverwolf does allow you to do dot-based damage as well. You can tell in her ultimate. She has a 100% base chance to cause entanglement. With each debuff inflicted on the enemy, deals an additional 18% of Silverwolf's attack as quantum damage. So she does scale very well with debuffs on the target. And the best part is when you're building a team, you could do Silverwolf plus Kafka plus 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 plus anyone else. Maybe you put another lightning character. Maybe you put Serval in there. You run triple lightning. Maybe you put Arlen in there and run triple lightning at that point. So the only thing you have to worry about at that point is nothing, right? So Silverwolf, when skills, can do lightning-based damage and just make those characters do a lot better. So just think about the characters you're trying to do with Silverwolf before you pull her and try and fit her into a lot of different teams. You need to be able to stack element. Next character that we do have coming out soon is obviously the mommy Kafka, who is everyone wants her. Now, the one little bit of caution I would say with Kafka is you really want to think about maybe building a character like Shampoo. And I know I'm calling him Shampoo, like shampoo. I don't know why I do that. But you need another character that can do dot-based damage, because Kafka is going to scale off that dot-based damage. As we can see here, right? Her skill deals lightning damage based on how much more attack, right? If the target is already taking dot damage, immediately deal damage equal to 100% of all the current dots the enemy has. And one of the best dot characters in the game is, Koski, or, a Shampoo, right? Like, whatever. But he does so many dots that it's going to make your Kafka hit like a brick truck. So I would obviously pair those two together if you can, and you don't have to, right? You can do that obvious other pairing that I said with like Silverwolf, so that, but Kafka does need more dots in order to really accelerate her damage and to accelerate the amount of damage that she can technically do. And I think you're starting to see a trend in how we're starting to stack different 5 stars together, right? So you can kind of work in the way that you're going to debuff the target. Now, one thing I would point out is that Kafka doesn't have another good 5-star to really pair with her outside of Silverwolf if you do all lightning. So we'll probably have a better 5-star character in the future that may pair a little bit better with her on someone who does more dot damage. So currently, Shampoo is the best you have right there. Now, that brings us to another character that we're getting in 1.1, which is Loucha. But I want to quickly talk about Blade before we talk about Loucha. And the reason why I want to talk about Blade is because Blade is an absolute monster. He's a self-HP sacrificing monster that needs additional healing. And you have to pair a healer with him. I mean, you don't have to. You can, if you're doing low-level content or you're doing something where you're just going to one-shot it anyways, he's going to be fine. But if you're going up against bosses that end up hitting him in the face and doing a lot of damage, he's going to need a little bit of supplemental healing because he sacrifices his own HP. So talking about Blade real quick, he consumes 30% of his max HP, immediately advances forward by 100%, and I don't know why that's on a skill, right? Like when you're casting a skill, you advance forward again. Maybe that's a mistranslation in wording. I don't know. But damage increases, basic attack increases, and he essentially hits a lot harder. Now, the thing that is really his bread and butter is every time he takes damage, Blade gains a 1 charge stack for 3 turns. Once you get 5 stacks, he essentially does a follow-up attack that hits for 21% of Blade's attack. That's got to be a typo. It's got to be way more damage than that. And then 54% of the HP loss while stacking charges as wind damage. Then restore Blade's HP by 30% of his max HP. So it's a little bit of like he needs to get hit. He sacrifices his own HP. He gets a little bit of HP back, but at the same time, he's not going to be able to get all that HP back. So the obviously 5-star pairing that goes really well with him, and you can use someone like Bailu for him. Don't get me wrong. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but I'm just dropping some of my knowledge from the betas and playing some of these characters. Is you're going to get a character like Loucha, and Loucha is one of the best healers in the game. Mainly because he's kind of a hands-off healer, which makes him really kind of nutty. And of course, there's no gameplay mechanics for Loucha. I wish there was. I don't have them on the top of my head. But essentially, the way that Loucha works is that he'll do some auto healing. He also has some lifesteal abilities from what I remember from some of the closed betas. And he just makes it so Blade is unstoppable. Like, you can literally bring Loucha and Blade into anything, just the two of them, and they will be almost unkillable. Now, it might take you a while to actually, go through whatever you're doing. Maybe you're doing Simulated Universe, but you could duo Simulated Universe with both of those combos, and it's absolutely cracked. And it's a really good combo in MOC. So when you're building a team, that's right there. That's your 4-person team as a 2-person team. You can just pair in whoever else you want there. It doesn't even matter. Because Blade will do all the damage, Loucha will do all the healing, and then you're just off to the races. Now, I wouldn't bring someone like a Shielder for Blade, but I digress. Now, unfortunately, it's a little too early to talk about some of the other pairings, so that's really just all we have there. We can't really talk about Fu because I don't know enough about her kit, and she's not coming out until probably 1.3, maybe 1.2. I don't think so, because Blade's coming out in 1.2. There might be another character coming out there. We think it's going to be 1.3. And so we're just a little bit far away there. But what do we do know about Fu? And this is just, you know, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I don't 100% know. But from some of the leaks that I've seen, she'll essentially increase every character's max HP. So that is actually another good pairing with Blade, who increases max HP to increase his max HP, so they do more damage. So you might have a Loucha Fu Blade combo, which might be a very expensive combo to run. Now you do gotta remember, Fu is preservation, so I don't think she supplies shielding. I think she just supplies maximum HP increases. So that's just one thing to be aware of going forward. But she is quantum, so another character you could pair with Seele in Silverwolf to make that quantum setup. And then finally we have Jing Liu, and I'm just going to talk about her real quick because this is one of the characters that I want to pull ever since I saw her in the trailer. She's absolutely beautiful. I need her. From what I understand and what we know out there on the web is that she has some sort of lifesteal mechanic as well, but where she sacrifices the life of her own teammates in order to do more damage. So this might be, once again, another really good combination with Loucha, where you need just auto AoE healing so the rest of your team kind of stays alive while she's draining the battery out of the rest of your team to do more damage. But that's a really interesting concept. If that is the case, take what I say with a grain of salt. But if that is the case and that is the mechanic, I can see some really cool combinations about, like, you know, maybe running just super tank and Healy, run like Loucha, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿, and I don't even know, maybe run like Yukong with that, right? One of the new 4-star bow characters, and increase her attack power, and then just go completely nuts as a solo carry as her. I can totally see it. Or maybe even running 2 healers in a shielder, or 2 shielders in a healer, just to be able to keep your whole team alive while she's sucking the life force. So anyways, guys, that's I'm just rambling here because I'm just trying to get a video out before I have to go for work vacation. But I hope you guys do enjoy it. Come stop by our twitch.tv channels if you want to talk more on Honkai Star Rail. I love talk theory crafting. I love the story. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take it easy, and fist bump from me to you.